Sunlink is celebrating 10 years. We had the chance to sit down with Mayor Romero and talk about the beginning stages of the streetcar.
Do you remember where you were when the idea of the streetcar was first proposed?
I was working as a council aide for Councilmember Karen Ulick, who was a huge proponent of public transit, and she really loved the idea of including the streetcar as part of a regional transportation plan. Was very happy to see all the transit investments and improvements and expansions, but the streetcar itself really came with the idea of urban infill and investment in our downtown. So it really was something that we got absolutely excited about.
What involvement did you have with helping the streetcar launch?
Well, I would say that when I became a council member in Ward 1, we did a lot of work. Many people, there's so many people that got involved to make this a reality, the streetcar reality in Tucson. And I remember that I did my own lobbying with Congressman Grijalva. Congressman Grijalva was a very important piece of the puzzle in getting federal funds to help fund the streetcar through a Tiger grant. And then the other person that was pivotal in bringing the funds to Tucson was Mayor Bob Walkup. And he would go to DC, work with Republicans and Democrats alike to bring the Tiger grant to Tucson. And the other pivotal piece, or in terms of the funding, was at that time Vice President Biden.
Oh.
That was in charge of federal funding to basically spread it throughout the country. And so Vice President Biden at the time was also a big piece of bringing the streetcar to Tucson.
That's awesome. So besides funding, were there any other large obstacles or challenges you faced or you knew that we faced when the streetcar was being created?
A lot of people didn't believe that the streetcar was necessary or that it would make a difference in Tucson. We had seen streetcars in other cities throughout the country that leveraged a lot of private investment. And we were betting on the streetcar bringing in economic development and private investment, and most importantly, really revive the idea of having a healthy and vibrant downtown. And so there were many, many people that criticized the city of Tucson and all of us on the mayor and council for believing in the investment. It was a huge investment. And, you have the naysayers, you have the people that are like, well, why are you doing that and not fixing the streets?
Yeah.
And, and so we had to overcome that and worked diligently and for years hand in hand with Mayor Walkup and so many others to bring the federal funds, put together the city funds and the Regional Transportation Authority funds to build it. And it was very painful, especially when we built it out, because the route was closed, and it affected our small businesses in downtown, on 4th Avenue, at the main gate. But at the end of the day, we've seen in the past 10 years the incredible private investment, and how the economy around the streetcar has flourished, and how good it is for both our community and the riders, the daily riders, as well as the tourists that come along and want to go to the university, the main gate, the 4th Avenue, and downtown and into the West Side, which is an area that I fought for to be included on the route. And how wonderful the result has been because of the initial investment of the streetcar, both federal, city, and regional funds that made it happen.
That's awesome. So what have been some of your favorite memories on the streetcar or from the streetcar?
Well, I think importantly to mention is that when I was representing Ward 1, part of the memories, right? They're beautiful, sweet memories, and at the same time, we also remember the how much we had to do to fight for the streetcar to go over the Santa Cruz River and into the West Side. If it weren't for the streetcar, we would not have the Mercado district and how vibrant it is today, and all of the additional housing opportunities and small business opportunities that we see there. It would not be the same. It would not be the same. And I remember having to fight to receive the regional funds to build Cushing Street Bridge. And even when we did receive, I remember the fight, right? I was on the side of we have to build that bridge because if we don't, we're not getting the streetcar into the West Side. And there were a lot of people that were fighting for those funds to fix the roads. And for me, it wasn't an either or. It was, we need to do this for the future of economic development and urban investment into the West Side. So even when we got the money, we built the bridge. There were still people saying, you know, it's the bridge to nowhere. And they just didn't see that in 10 years, right? And I was seeing the future, but a lot of people didn't see what that investment meant to the expansion of our downtown and the possibilities of what we could do. And now we do. We see it now, right? We see the Mercado district and how vibrant it is and how Caterpillar has made such a big difference to not just the West Side or the city, but to the job creation in Southern Arizona.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. The West Side is my favorite, so
yeah,
I'm happy you made that happen.
Thank you. I wasn't the only one, but it was really a pivotal time to make that happen. One of my favorite memories, on the sweet side, right, is when we cut the ribbon. And named the West Side stop after Congressman Raul Grijalva. A lot of people don't remember how pivotal he was to bringing the Tiger Grant in partnership with Mayor Walkup. So naming that stop after him will memorialize his part in all of it, and then how happy West Siders were to have that stop created and what we knew it meant for the future of the West Side. That was incredible. It was an incredible day. And then another most recent memory, especially now that the streetcar and mayor and council have decided that to make our transit system free. My daughter is a mariachi, and we love participating in the mariachi conference. Her youth mariachi group was playing during the mariachi conference at the Annex on the West Side, and they had another paid gig at the court, at the Pima County Court building. And, the parents were like, oh my God, we don't want to have to park, take them, try and find parking downtown. And so my husband was like, why don't we just take the streetcar?
With all the instruments.
Get the kids from the Annex, hop on the free streetcar and head over to the the Pima County Historic Courthouse. Well, the kids got on board with the parents. We didn't have to pay because it's free, and the kids just started jamming on the streetcar. They just started jamming and singing and having fun on the ride. And tourists and others that were using the car, they were just loving it, enjoying the ride, and they just made it a whole thing. And I'm like, thinking like, we should get these kids in the streetcar more often, because like the tourists were loving it, people riding the car were loving it, and they were loving it.
Yeah.
And it was the easiest thing, not to worry about parking, take the kids from one place to the next, and all of it while having fun.
That's so awesome.
And making some awesome music.
All right, so say you have a free day to explore the city on the streetcar. Where are you going? What are you visiting on your free day?
It would be nice to have a free day. I would go from City Hall, walk over to the streetcar stop, head over to Hotel Congress, have a delicious breakfast, hop on, go to 4th Avenue and do some shopping in my favorite local shops. I love visiting the vintage, little vintage shops, and buy some jewelry and hats and handkerchiefs that I love buying, and then head over hopefully to the U of A. Hopefully Centennial Hall will have some sort of event, or there'll be a game that I can enjoy, and then come back and end at the Mercado district, have a light, either lunch or dinner, and finish off with a delicious adult drink at the Annex.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite restaurant on the streetcar line?
That's an unfair question, because I think they're all amazing.
Okay.
I think that throughout the route, we have incredible local offerings. I mean, I can't just pinpoint to one. It really is unfair, because everything from the small shops at the Annex to Agustin Kitchen, which is like super delicious gourmet, to coming through the line into downtown, the Hub and Banca and Maynard's, and the new restaurants that are popping up, to 4th Avenue. I mean, there's such incredible restaurants and locally owned restaurants downtown and through 4th Ave and Main Gate that you can't choose. I mean, you can have a delicious bite throughout some historic locations that we all love to visit, from Tumérico to you name it. I mean, it's there, and it's delicious.
All right, so say someone is new to the city, or they've never ridden the streetcar. What's your pitch to get them to try it out?
Right now, especially during Gem Show, I usually tell people, like, right now it's free. You can jump in and just go anywhere you want. And so usually I tell them, it's like, it's free. Jump on. It'll take you places. Usually I tell them it's really hard. Usually I tell people it's really easy to use, right? You can park either on the U of A side or on the west side, jump on. You can spend the entire day using the streetcar and stopping at locations along the line that you'll love. And explore the U of A. You don't even have to worry about parking. It's there. You want to go to the library, you want to go to Centennial Hall, you have a meeting, just take it. It's easy.
Is there any other memory you'd like to share about the streetcar, or anything else you want to finish on?
I mean, it's incredible. We knew that the public investment in transit would be good. Right? We knew that other cities had experienced growth and seen their downtowns become much more vibrant with their streetcars. But Tucson has been an incredible experience in terms of seeing the billions of dollars of private investment and creating walkable neighborhoods within our community, local restaurants, and what the streetcar means to all of us. We never really imagined the incredible and positive economic impact. We knew, but not to the degree that it has been. So, I can show the scars of the policy fights that we had to make it happen, but also everyone can see how beneficial it has been for the entire community. I mean, our downtown really has completely been transformed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and sharing some memories with us. This was really fun to hear.
Thank you.
Happy 10th anniversary, Sun Link Streetcar.